Marty Lagina's latest dig in the money pit has uncovered something that left the entire team uneasy. As they dug deeper, what they found wasn't just unexpected, it was downright terrifying. The excitement of searching for treasure quickly turned into concern as strange discoveries hinted at something far more dangerous beneath. Could the old tales of the money pit's dark stories finally be coming true? Let's unearth things so horrible that no one ever saw coming. In his latest dig, Rick Lagina found something that shocked both those who know history and those who hunt for treasure. This discovery doesn't just spark curiosity, it has everyone on edge, hinting at a more troubling past than we'd imagined. Could this new find be pointing to some great disaster from long ago? On a clear, hopeful day, Rick Lagina and his friend, Scott Below, were all set to start a new phase of drilling at the garden shaft. Their aim was simple: dig up clues from the 18th century that might point them toward a legendary stash. Just 3 weeks before, they had managed to deepen the famous garden shaft to an impressive 100 feet, where they stumbled upon what seemed to be an old wooden passageway from the 17th century. This was not just exciting because of its age, but also because it connected to a spot known as the Baby Blob. Before we dig deeper into this, it's clear that what Rick Lagina uncovered is far more unsettling than anyone expected, and this won't be the last discovery that will leave you speechless. Earlier testing in this area had hinted at gold and silver far beneath. But this discovery brought up more questions than it answered. Taking a closer look at the passage, they noticed some worrying gaps. Parts of the walls and ceiling were just missing. This led to a big question: did someone remove parts of this passage on purpose to hide something incredibly valuable? With the garden shaft now reaching down to 106 feet, the team was ready for a detailed drilling operation led by experts from Jumar Contracting Limited. They aimed to explore the hidden parts of the passage, searching for any signs of the treasure that had fascinated so many for so long. Marty Lagina, always the skeptic, was really thinking about those missing sections. Was someone trying to protect a well-hidden treasure? Drilling turned into more than just a physical job, it was a serious search for the truth, with samples being taken every 10 feet to be thoroughly checked. Then, unexpectedly, water started pouring into the shaft through holes drilled near the 97-foot mark, likely hitting one of the island's well-known flood tunnels, a problem that had stumped treasure hunters for more than 200 years. But would this stop them? Not at all, the team was more determined than ever. The metals found in the water and other gathered evidence only made them more eager to continue. Rick Lagina and his crew were feeling more hopeful than ever that they were about to make a big discovery, following the steps of those who had come before them but failed to unlock the island's old tales. Rick brought his team together, reminding them that every challenge was just another obstacle to get past. They decided to pump out the water and keep moving forward. Looking into the depths of the garden shaft, Rick, Marty, Craig, and the rest felt a strong connection to past explorers who had tried and failed to solve the island's old stories. Yet, with today's technology, historical knowledge, and unwavering determination, they were better equipped than anyone before them. During their exploration deeper into the newly revealed part of the passage, Rick found large, uniquely shaped wooden beams. These confirmed the passage's existence and its importance in history. The beams, which varied from round to slender, seemed to have been part of the passage's structure, possibly as supports. What would they find out next from these discoveries? This moment was a turning point for the team. It didn't just move their search forward, it gave solid proof that quieted any doubts about the passage's existence. The unusual shapes of the beams showed a complicated building method, probably from the 17th century, as earlier tests had confirmed. The beams showed the team they were only beginning. Each find made them believe more was hidden nearby. Excited by this proof, the team decided to take some of the beams out for a closer look, hoping this examination would tell them when the beams were made and maybe lead them to the treasures rumored to be hidden on the island. This part of their exploration was key. Showing that these timbers were part of the original structure could finally link them to the treasures buried deep under Oak Island. Gary, a skilled excavator, came to the site with his trusted metal detector and a spirit ready to discover. He was keen to find artifacts that could tell more about the area's past. His efforts quickly paid off when his detector beeped, indicating a metal object. This wasn't just any old piece of junk, its unique shape suggested it was from a much earlier time, potentially offering important clues about the past. As the digging continued, the team made sure to do things right. They set up markers along the passage, which helped them make accurate maps of what lay underground. This careful approach was critical, not just for understanding the passage, but also for guiding future digs and ensuring everyone's safety. One of the most exciting finds that day was a piece of wood shaped by an adze, a tool used way before today's machines were around. As they dug and discovered, Rick and his team felt more connected to the history and the stories of the island than ever before. Each piece of wood, each strange object, each layer of soil told part of a story that had been waiting silently for centuries. Every day brought new challenges, but also new pieces of a long-hidden past that slowly started to fit together, promising to reveal more than just hidden riches, but a deep and rich history of the island itself. They knew the risks and the challenges, but their resolve was firm, to uncover the truths that lay buried under Oak Island, piece by piece, clue by clue. With each discovery, they moved closer to understanding the true story of this place, driven by a mix of historical curiosity and the thrill of the hunt. The team held the old object with great care, feeling like it connected them to the people who built the tunnel a long time ago. It seemed like those builders might have been trying to hide something important. Holding the object made them feel like they were uncovering part of the past. As the sun began to set, the team's excitement grew, thinking about what more they could discover the next day. They decided to use sideways drilling to dig deeper, hoping to find the source of the valuable metals their tools had picked up earlier. That evening, Rick and his team left the site feeling more energized than ever. Each piece of wood and every old object they found added to a bigger story they were slowly putting together. They weren't just hunting for treasure but also trying to understand what had happened on the island so many years ago. Meanwhile, across the island, Rick, Gary Drayton, and Billy Gehart were hard at work in another part of the swamp. This swamp had always caught their attention because of the interesting things found there, and now they were hoping to uncover even more. Their goal was to find objects like the ship parts they had dug up in past years. These ship pieces were from as far back as the 15th and 18th centuries. But the biggest surprise came in the year 2020 when they found part of a ship's railing. Testing showed the piece could be from as early as the 8th century, much older than anything they had expected. This find hinted that the swamp might have an even deeper history, one far older than they first thought. Dr. Doug Simmons believed the pieces could even connect to Viking explorers from medieval times, pushing the team to keep digging. With shovels in hand, they kept working, hoping to confirm this exciting connection. Gary tried to keep everyone's spirits high, making jokes about how treasure must be nearby. During the dig, Rick found a piece of wood with a hole that looked like it came from a ship's runner, the part that protects the bottom of the ship near the shore. Billy thought it might be a broken keel runner, which could mean the ship hit rocks in the past. This idea made sense, adding another piece to the growing story of what might have happened in the swamp. Uncovering the old timbers gave the team fresh hope. But digging deeper brought even more surprising discoveries. While considering the possibility of an ancient ship, the team stumbled upon something even more surprising, a large wooden structure resembling a wall or dam. This discovery immediately reminded them of Fred Nolan, a past Oak Island treasure hunter, who had found a similar structure over 30 years ago. Nolan had speculated that the structure he uncovered might have been part of a dam designed to conceal something valuable. Now, the team began to wonder if their new find could be linked to the ancient ship railing they had recently uncovered. The pieces seemed to fit together, painting a clearer picture of the swamp's mysterious past. Feeling like they were on the brink of a major revelation, Rick called in geoscientist Dr. Ian Spooner to investigate the area around the wooden structure. Dr. Spooner intended to determine the age of the wood and see if it had any connection to a nearby stone road believed to date back around 500 years. If this road was part of a larger system used for transporting goods, it would suggest that the area had been a hub of activity centuries ago. Each discovery added depth to their understanding and excitement about the swamp's history. As they pieced together these clues, their anticipation grew. Yet, they knew the swamp still held more secrets buried deeper than they had yet reached. On the northern side of the swamp, Marty Lagina and Dr. Spooner focused on another intriguing area. Marty, ever the curious investigator, couldn't stop speculating about what might lie hidden beneath the surface. Standing beside a large stone, the team wondered if it could be connected to Nolan's cross, a puzzling arrangement of stones on the island. Researcher John Edwards theorized that something valuable could be hidden near Nolan's Cross, possibly linked to the Knights Templar. Adding to the mystery, Billy uncovered a massive boulder resting on what appeared to be a man-made stone structure. The team speculated that the boulder might have been intentionally placed there long ago. Dr. Spooner decided to move the boulder for a closer look, eager to determine whether the stones beneath it were natural or purposefully arranged. While contemplating these possibilities, they made an unexpected discovery. Dr. Spooner found a stick wedged between the boulder and the soil beneath it. This small yet significant piece of wood suggested that the boulder had been deliberately moved, potentially to control the swamp's water flow. This finding only deepened the team's curiosity about what other surprises might lie beneath. The next day, they returned to the swamp with renewed determination to uncover whatever secrets remained hidden. As they dug further, Gary and Billy encountered something unusual: tree stumps and layers of old wood in an area of the swamp where trees typically do not grow. This strange discovery supported Dr. Spooner's hypothesis that the swamp had been modified by human hands long ago. It appeared that someone had reshaped the land for a specific purpose. The thought of what might still be buried deep within the swamp drove the team's enthusiasm. Each new clue brought them closer to an answer, but also left them with more questions. What else could be buried beneath the layers of mud and water? What other stories lay hidden, waiting to be discovered? The deeper they dug, the clearer it became that the swamp still had many mysteries to unveil. As they continued their exploration, they realized the story of Oak Island was far from over. Every new find added more pieces to the puzzle, hinting at something monumental concealed long ago. During their excavations, Jack and Billy unearthed a circular arrangement of stones within a pit lined with rocks. The deliberate arrangement suggested human intervention, aligning with John Edwards' theory that the landscape had been intentionally altered. This discovery hinted at deeper historical significance, prompting the team to carefully analyze the site to understand its origins. Their exploration also revealed neatly cut wooden artifacts in the swamp, items that seemed far too refined to have appeared naturally. These finds sparked theories that the island might have been visited by people far earlier than previously believed, possibly including historical groups like the Knights Templar. Among the most thrilling discoveries was a shiny object found by Jamie, a large button coated in gold. Alongside it, the team uncovered an intricately designed silverware handle. These artifacts, sent for laboratory analysis, confirmed the button's gold coating and linked it to an 18th-century officer's ceremonial or military uniform. These discoveries painted a vivid picture of Oak Island's rich history and hinted at its connections to significant historical events. The team's discoveries deepened their understanding of Oak Island's past. The artifacts they uncovered hinted at centuries of activity, trade, and possibly even purposeful concealment. Yet the tantalizing mystery of what else might be hidden kept their determination alive. Was the money pit's terrifying find merely a strange coincidence, or could it signify something dangerous hidden for centuries? The answers remain buried, waiting to be unearthed.